Okay, Namaste, Namaskaram, Vanakam, Om Sai Ram, and a divine heartfelt hello or greetings to Guruji, everyone present, and everyone on the live streaming as well. My name is Prashanthi Dayaram, and I'm a member of the Springfield Bhajan Group. I'm also the wife of the late Ruben Dayaram, who is one of the founding members of the Springfield Bhajan Group, and he was the core person of the Springfield Bhajan Group. Ruben is the reason why we chose to render Satsang here at your ashram today. Today would have been Ruben's birthday, and we decided to celebrate him by doing what we know he loved doing the most, which is praising the gods. Ruben was no stranger to the ashram, and we rendered Satsang here a few times. And I would like to thank the Ramanuj Foundation and its members for affording us the opportunity of rendering tonight's Satsang in memory of him as well. The base of our group has always been family, and everyone that joined ultimately became family. So yes, our group is a family-based group. Our motivation for starting this group has always been for our passion and love for the gods, and to pass this on to our children and the youth, giving them the perfect foundation and direction for life. We are a simple group, and we do not confine ourselves to any particular language, deity worship, religion, or caste. Therefore, we adopted the motto of love all, serve all. We believe that creating restrictions does not allow us to learn and grow in our diverse culture and religion. So be it Ram Bhajan, Garba dancing, worshipping Mother during Aman time, or Navaratri, we embrace it all. So apart from introducing our group and giving you a slight background of our group, I was asked to do a small talk, and I decided to base my talk or message on positive energies and positivity, as this is also how we chose to live our lives, Ruben and the Bhajan group and our family and everybody that came in our midst. Ultimately, everything we do boils down to energies, positive or negative energies, and that is what we give out into the universe. What we give out is basically what comes back to us tenfold over. Every action of ours is a choice. We either choose to do good or bad, be it a thought, speech, or physical action. We should always try to do positive, no matter what the situation is, and positive action is generally the right thing to do. Instead of partaking in negative action or situation, you'd rather exclude yourself or walk away from it. But the power is, or the choice of power is in your hands. The more positivity we throw out into this world, the more positive energies, the positive energies around us and in this world will increase. And I think we need that, because unfortunately, we're living in the era of Kali Yuga, and it's one of the most darkest and negative times to live in. But I think, and I say this to my kids all the time, we must think of ourselves as the Vibhishan in this world. So Vibhishan, as we would know, it was the brother of Lord Ram, the brother of Ravan. And Vibhishan was born in a family of Rakshas or demons, and he lived in a land amongst them as well. Sounds familiar. It's like what we're doing today. Yet he always chose to do the right thing, even if it went against his family or he was the only one doing it. He was always different, but in a good way. And upon saying this, I would also like to mention that our scriptures and our spiritual gurus are our guides as to how we should live life positively. Like how you would get a manual that would give you the instructions on how to use an electronic product, our scriptures are the guides on how we should live life in the most profitable way. And by profitable, I don't mean bank balances and material wealth, as those are temporary illusions or maya that this world puts out there to fool us and distract us from reaching our higher goal, which is attaining liberation, salvation or moksha from this world, uniting our Atma with the Paramatma, or the soul with the super soul. This brings me to an analogy. I'm not going to look here because I don't know this one in my head. So I remember Guru once told us, so we must think of this world like a prison cell. And each one of us has a cell, and we're staying in our cell. That's our homes, whatever you want to call it. And there we are, and we're looking out into the next cell, and we see this person. You know, the cells come in different sizes, different shapes, and everything. And we see this person in the cell next to us, and they've got a TV, they've got a recliner, and they've got all the comforts there to make their life comfortable, you know. And we're sitting over there, and we just have the bare minimum. And we look at this person and we're like, I want to have that, and I want to be as comfortable as that person is. But let's question as to what are we doing? This world is a prison. We in a cell. Instead of trying to get out of this prison, we're just seeing how we're going to make ourselves more comfortable in this prison. So we're not looking at the bigger picture. We're just looking at getting comfortable in this world, because that's what the illusions and the material wealth do to us. They elude us, they bluff us, and they keep us in this mundane world, if you want to call it. And that's where our gurus come into play, where they tell us and they show us the right way. If you have the comforts of this material world, it's a blessing, and enjoy it. I'm not saying don't. But don't let it get the better of you, and don't let it control you and take away your focus from freeing yourself. Don't forget God realization when you get caught up in material realization. And this reminds me of a saying that I read quite often on Facebook and the memes that go around. You know, nowadays people love things and they use people, when in actuality they should use things and love people. The focus has shifted so drastically from as things with a price tag is given more value than things that are meant to be priceless. So I'm going to use this analogy for the school-going kids. It's like when you're going to school, your ultimate purpose is to pass with good grades so you can get a better future. But along the way, you will meet friends, you'll go for parties, and you'll do things that will make school life a little bit fun, joking and all of that. But you can't let the parties and the fun be the main purpose of being at school, because then come the end of the year, you will fail. And similarly, when we allow the distractions of this world to elude us, we fail as well. And repetition comes in the form of reincarnation. We come back here. And who wants to come back here? Because personally, I certainly don't. You know, more important than being a good Hindu, Christian, Muslim, or person of any belief, we should learn to be good humans. And ultimately, that is what every religious organization and leader promotes in their messages. We don't have to be of a particular religion, language, or caste to treat someone with love and care and just be nice. It takes time, dedication, and a strong mind to stay positive in this world, but we are all a work in progress, myself included. We just need to try and start somewhere, and ultimately, it all starts within you. I'd like to conclude by saying, just be good and do good, and just give off positivity as much as you can, because all of the deities, the prayers, the worship, the bhajan singing, meditation, and everything that we do all boils down to energies. And positive energy is what we should strive for. Namaste. Thank you.
Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. It is a great honor to have Mrs. Ruben and her children here on this, the 24th, is it the 24th? 24th of May, which Mrs. Ruben stated is Ruben's birthday. And I want to pay a tribute to Ruben. I think I've never seen a more talented artist in my life. I met Ruben in 2019 and he was a gift to Sanatana Dharma. I met him a week before he left his mortal coil. He sat here in a Satsang where Mataji is sitting. He came, he bowed down, and that is the last I saw him. I heard a week later that he has left us, and I am so overwhelmed to see that Bhabi and his children continues in the same majestic way that Ruben held his bhajans when he founded it. And this ashram, on every 24th of May, we will still be in the month of Ramanujans and Bhabi. This day can be open for you in tribute of Ruben. As long as this ashram is open, it is up to you and your family. We are real at this ashram. We really loved Ruben. Remember, your daughter is gone a bit older now in 2022. She was a little girl when she amazed me with the skills. I already knew that you are a scholar of the Vedas, and I am happy that you had an opportunity to express yourself. You saw my devotees clapped for you because they have heard this from the Guru, and today they heard it from you. So they resonated with what you said. It is not easy where you are sitting today, but you have the resilience, and with Lord Shiva being your Ish Devta, he is going to carry you through whatever life has to offer, and he will make changes wherever necessary. You said this is a prison, and you are so right. The name Durga means prison in Sanskrit, and Mother Durga is the superintendent of this material universe. Lord Shiva is her husband. And in terms of the material universe, both of them are supreme. Lord Shiva speaks the Guru Gita to Mother Durga, and therein, if you download the Guru Gita, you'll understand who the Guru is and who you are and what this material universe is about. But a very simple understanding of the Guru system, Lord Shiva, Mother Durga, which most Hindus cannot seem to grasp, or Sanatan Dharmis cannot seem to grasp, is that when the Guru is extolled, they cannot understand why the Supreme Lord has placed the Guru in such a high position in this material universe. So I'm just going to spend a few minutes to make people understand the significance of a Guru. So when a prisoner is lodged in prison, that prisoner has an amount of years or life imprisonment in that prison. Neither the commissioner nor the president can change the sentence of the prisoner. Similarly, neither the Supreme Lord nor any of the 330 million deities can change the destination of an individual soul. In prison, you have heard of a parole officer. A parole officer can walk into prison, analyze and review the conduct of prisoners and make a decision which prisoner he can release from that prison, which is called parole. Neither the president nor the commissioner of correctional services has a mandate to override the mandate of the parole officer. But when you categorize the parole officer is subordinate to both the commissioner of correctional services and the minister of correctional services and the president. Yes or no? He is subordinate to all of them, but only he has authority to walk into a prison and change the sentence of a prisoner. Does he become higher than the state president? Does he become higher than the minister of correctional services? Does he supersede them in any way in terms of their status? But he is the only person that has mandate to reduce and extract a prisoner from the cells. Yes or no? So similarly, it is not very difficult to understand that the Supreme Lord has ordained a bona fide spiritual master to change the destiny of living entities. So when you are born with a certain karma and your destination is a certain GPS, and if you surrender to a bona fide spiritual master after due diligence, then your demerits and merits of your previous lifetime is expunged. And you have a new lease of life, of spiritual life that prepares you for your final destination. And your final destination is release from this prison. Liberation only occurs at death. You cannot be liberated whilst you in this body. It does not make sense. Like in prison, you are only on parole after you leave the gates of the prison. Yes or no? So you cannot leave. Whilst you remain in this body, you cannot say you are liberated. You can only liberate yourself at death. But when you surrender to a guru, then your guru prepares you like how an astronaut prepares in a space bubble on Earth before the astronaut lands in space. Similarly, a guru prepares you on how to live within morals and ethics and qualities that which is needed to propel you to Vaikuntha. And this is the only reason you surrender to a guru. A guru is your parole officer on earth. The guru is a parole officer on earth. He teaches you how to behave on this earth so that when you close your eyes for the last time, you do not take another material body. Bhabi, 155 trillion years have passed already in this creation. How many bodies you think we have taken? And you think there was any happiness in all of those bodies? Too many, we cannot count. And why would we want to continue, as you said, deluding ourselves when we have an opportunity in this lifetime to surrender to a guru and make sure this is our last life. So like the parole officer has his associates, the guru also has his associates, and you all are part of the guru's associates, going out, singing bhajans, cleansing that energy. Energy is energy. When it vibrates positively, it is positive energy. The same energy vibrates negatively is negative energy. Energy cannot be created, and it can only change from one form to another. And all the guru does is change your material consciousness, which is vibrating negatively, to spiritual consciousness, which is vibrating positively. And it is a journey. This switch cannot be switched in an instant like our light switch. We have to experience this switching from one form of energy to another form of energy. And Bhabi, I'm opening that invitation to you. I think you are in contact with Vishwadhar, our chairperson. Yeah, make sure every year you book this date, because you all, as a family, I'm sure you can feel Ruben's presence here tonight. The Guru felt it, and I'm sure as a family you can feel it. Remember, this was the last Satsang he attended before he left his material body. Okay? His last Satsang was here at this ashram. So there will be always a great significance. We will always celebrate the month of the Ramanujans from the 5th until the 27th. And as that is cast in stone, if your family wants to, then we can also celebrate Ruben. And I think he will really appreciate this. Jai Shriman Narayan.